Hi there, I'm Becky Hammond and welcome to Isogo TV. Wherever you are on your strengths journey, I want to help you take your greatest strengths and apply them to your everyday work and your everyday life. This is episode 11, and managers, team leaders, this one is specifically for you. To give you another tool in your tool basket. You know, we're constantly reaching for things that can help us to be more effective managers. And today, I want to tell you about a question that I've discovered is the number one most valuable question that we can ask to the people that we manage. I've seen it and I'm living it. So let's dive in. Several weeks ago, I think episode 3 or so, I told you the one thing that all great managers do, which is individualize. And so today, I want to help unpack that a little bit. So how do we get to that point of being able to individualize? How do we know what those things are that are unique about those people that will make them most successful? And I have found that there is one question, the best question that managers can ask to start getting at that. Even if you don't have StrengthsFinder as a tool, you can start understanding what it is that they uniquely bring and that drives them, and that is their place of strength. You know, Marcus Buckingham has this kind of intuitive self-assessment that you can use to help get at that place of strength. He says, what energizes you? And that's the question that is most powerful when managers use that with the people that are around them or report to them. It's, what is it that you do every day that energizes you? And I guess there is a flip side of it, and what drains you, because that helps get at some of the things that maybe strengths are not. Because, you know, like I mentioned in episode 9, our strengths tend to be, our natural talents tend to be internal and invisible. And we're trying to get them to the external and the visible. And so sometimes the things that are kind of underlying that really make us strongest aren't what they appear. You know, your manager or you as a manager could think that you really know what somebody's strengths are because they're good at something. But in order to be a strength, it has to be something that brings them energy, that they lose time when they do. You know, they look at their watch like, oh my goodness, 4 o'clock already. I can't believe the day is flown by. It's your things that are really your strengths make you stronger. And so, for example, I was working with a manager who wanted to have a one-on-one with one of the people who reports to him, and he wanted to have a strengths conversation. And he in this case, he does know their StrengthsFinder strengths profile, but he wanted to have a conversation that maybe didn't have to do with asking about a specific strength, like how can you use responsibility more here at work, but rather something that got at it from a different angle. And so, what I recommended was this question, which is, what energizes you? It's so straightforward and simple, really. There's no complexity to it. So he did that. He sat down with her, and after an introduction, he asked her, I really want to know what energizes you about what you do here. And her answer came right away and was very simple. And she said, having stuff to do. I was like, okay, what drains you? She's like, not having stuff to do, running out of things to do. And this manager was pretty much dumbfounded. He's like, wait, what? You get drained when you run out of things to do, when you don't have anything left on your list? She's like, yeah. So it was pretty eye-opening for him and revolutionary for the way that they were able to work together, because he certainly wasn't wired like that, but it made so much sense in the way that she was wired. And from a StrengthsFinder perspective, she had responsibility and achiever and belief, and she was highly executional. And so she wanted to have things to do to make progress. And so he literally immediately went back to his office, sat at his email, and figured out 5 things he could forward to her. He was relieved because he could concentrate on the things that gives him energy and makes him feel stronger. And she could feel stronger and be engaging her strengths in a way that was stronger as well, because she had things to do. And he was helping her use her strengths to get to a place of success as an office. So if you're a manager, use that question. It's a great place to start to individualize, to help people understand how they can get to their best place of success and help identify the underlying strength that really makes them stronger every day. All right, managers and team leaders, let's use this. And today is a pretty practical application, and I bet you know where I'm going with this. Sit down intentionally with the people that you lead and ask them individually, what energizes you? And once you've heard the answer, which might surprise you, help them apply that to their roles in one way or another, knowing that when you help bring those things out of them, that energizing thing, that you are going to help them apply their strengths and lead them to a place where they can excel. And then once you've done that, I would love to hear about it. I want to hear what surprised you. Were they able to answer that question right away? What other questions came up along the way? So please head on over to isogostrong.com and the blog for this episode 11, and leave a comment there. Or head over to YouTube and leave a comment there. You know, I want the message of strengths to get out to the world, to eliminate that unnecessary hate and strife and frustration that can happen in our workplace and at home. So help share that by sharing Isogo TV in your own networks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, telling the person next to you. And if you like it, head on over to iTunes and leave a positive review there, because that will help get the word out as well. But mostly, I am just glad that you chose to join me here today, and I hope that you come along with me next week on Isogo TV.